We are not talking about the market stats today in Canada, Ontario, or the Niagara region. Instead, I'm going to be doing a review and react to Selling Sunset, a real estate show on Netflix. And I've been requested to look at this show and do a review or talk about it by a lot of people. So here it is. Let's get to it.
Tuesday. We've got Queens, which is new at 4.7, so I guess we can sit Queens.
Okay.
Christine, you can sit your own listing on Hollywood, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Doheny. Brett, which one are you doing?
Crescent.
Mary?
I can do one Sunday.
You want to sit Temecula for a backup?
Okay, so right off the bat, we have a team meeting. Now, this is pretty much accurate. It's really good to be informed about what everyone else is doing in the office and just to be keeping tabs on them, because you might have clients for something that they've got coming up or vice versa. And so this is not only real, but it's also important in real estate.
Nice work. I want it in writing. When are we gonna get it?
We got it.
In writing?
Yeah, she just sent it through. It's in here with me.
Hey, Natalie. The good news is Mary got him to step up to the 3,550. So I hope we have a deal.
Yeah, we have a deal.
Okay, so we get our first taste of real estate, or rather the negotiation process of real estate. So we've got an offer coming in. She was working on them, brought them up, which means that she got them to put in a higher offer than they originally intended or actually did put forward. That's right, you can have multiple offers on the go. That's for a whole other video though. But I just want to keep it simple. This is how it goes. The buyers came in, they then came up, or they didn't come in initially. Either way, the sellers then have to make the final call. Even if this is what they said they would sell it for, in that moment, it has to be their decision. And so there is sort of that moment of on the other end of the line where you think you brought them good news and the sellers kind of hesitate, and then eventually they say, yeah, we have a deal. They could easily say no. And other than just trying to convince them that this is a good deal to take, the final say is theirs.
I mean, whether it was like the Ann Taylor, like driving Miss Daisy dress, I don't know. I think she's like really nice. I just want to work on her style a little bit.
Okay, I know she's kind of joking about the style, but actually there are dress codes for agents in offices. When I first started real estate, I went with a full-on suit and tie and was quickly told that that's not really appropriate for the clientele that I'm going after, going something much more casual. And then as I've kind of gone on in my business, I've been able to kind of showcase my fun personality with stuff like this.
House that everyone's going to be talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm already thinking about what buyers I'm getting.
I am going to find a buyer. I was just going to say that's what I want to do. It's an awesome location, this place. Can't wait to see it.
I wore the right shoes for this.
Yep.
Genius. Yeah.
Okay, I do have a pet peeve here, and this is something that I see happen in real life as well. This is an active construction zone, and these ladies are wearing inappropriate footwear. I know it is not the most stylish thing to wear, especially if you're going to be wearing sort of a skirt or a pantsuit or something, but you really do need steel-toe shoes in this situation. You don't know what you might be stepping on, and honestly, these women are extremely professional in all other aspects, but in this case, they do drop the ball.
Find people who are worth at least $250 million, even if they're not looking for a house. This house will sell itself. Just get them up here. All right, let's sell this, guys.
All right, let's sell it.
Nice.
Bring it in, team.
Okay, I know you're probably laughing at this, but this is how agents think, and to be honest, it does work. Oftentimes we find our buyers don't fully know what they're looking for until they're standing in the middle of it. And so even if someone has expressed that they're no longer searching, or that that area or that house is not right for them, sometimes you just want to get them in the middle of it so that they can really experience the entire property and then get them to say no.
Yeah? What's the history of this house?
So it's actually very interesting. The house is built in 1958.
It's very unique. That's what I'm asking.
Super unique. So the owner of the house back then was a very well-known playboy. Yeah,
Okay.
I know. Like almost like you,
Okay.
but anyways.
Okay.
And then he commissioned this famous architect, Harry Gesner, to design this.
Wow.
Yeah. He wanted like a cool, sexy bachelor pad right in prime Hollywood Hills.
Okay, this is an extremely important topic, the history of the home or the property. Because when you buy a property, you're taking on that history. So if there was extensions done, if there was rewiring done, like this is all stuff that is going to potentially impact you and your future plans with that home. And so this question is something that you really need to be asking every time and every step of the way. And it is something that needs to be disclosed to you from the seller's side.
I like this view. I like it. You can stay in there. Beautiful. You cook?
I boil egg. Is that considered cooking?
We can cook together.
I don't know if my husband's gonna like that.
Oh, no. Even though I want you to be in the pool, but...
Right.
Okay, whoa. This is extremely inappropriate. I don't care if you're the client or the agent, you cannot be engaging in this behavior when you are out there in a professional setting. And I will say, if something were to happen and they were to start up a relationship, she would have to disclose that, and this would have to be disclosed to the other side.
This house in general is exactly what I was looking for.
This will never go down in value.
It's beautiful. I would love to talk more about this property.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, let's do maybe lunch and some drinks.
Can we skip on the drinks?
One drink, and then, maybe I'll put an offer, maybe we'll see what we're taking it from there.
So buyers can be, let's say, fickle, and rightly so. I mean, this is a massive investment. This is a massive step in their life, and so they want to make sure that this is right for them. That being said, when it gets time to actually pull the trigger on something, buyers do tend to hesitate, and then even when they do pull the trigger, there's almost immediate buyer's remorse almost every time. And really, there's not much else I can do except sort of let them feel it out for themselves. And eventually, they almost always come around and realize this was a good choice, this was the right decision, but it's something new and it's scary. And one other thing I want to talk about there is that as a buyer's agent, we are there to help you. Yes, we get paid by the seller. However, we'll get paid by whichever seller. So we don't really have a vested interest in that particular property unless it's our own listing, and that's a completely different story. But we're just trying to help you, and so you need to be honest with us.
So excited you're here. Such good timing. I can't believe this worked out. I want to hear all about the new job.
Okay, what happened? Get back to the real estate. We were on such a good pace, and the show is just slowed way down. It's ground to a halt. I don't know if we're going to get back to real estate. It seems to be all relationships now. Not that real estate isn't relationships, it's just not this kind of relationships.
The advantage of a twilight showing is you can show them the most sexual house in the whole city during the day, and at night it will just sell it so much more.
Okay.
Night showings, they do happen, they are spectacular, but really that would only be applied to a very expensive home. We also do night photos as well for those homes because we do want to show off the daytime presence of the home as well as that glow it emits in the evening or dusk. And so if you are looking at more pricier, expensive homes, you're going to see a lot more photos because we're going to do half of them at night.
Is this the only view, though?
It is, and if you're looking for more of a view, we're going to be $3 or $4 million up in the price point.
Yeah?
I'm not crazy about the flooring, but...
She's buying a $10 million home. She can just put in new floors.
I wish it was a gas stove, though.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? I think we should write an offer. I don't want this to get in multiple situations.
You like it?
I don't like this neighborhood.
Fair enough.
Truesdale Estates is one of the most sought-after private communities. I'm just gonna work on finding something that they like, but not everyone has good taste, so what can you say?
Okay, I want to break down this scene. There's a lot going on. So she says that she wants them to write an offer because she doesn't want them to run into multiples, which for the general public, that is known as the bidding war. And if you have any idea about buying homes, if you've experienced it, it's a blind bidding war, which means you don't know what the other side is doing. You have to go in on your own offer and hope it's the best. And so if you lose, the other side could just swoop in with something crazy and way overpay, which is sort of what happened during the pandemic, which is why we have an explosion in home prices, but I digress. So this is a true statement. It's a fear that all of us buyer agents have when we are showing a home that we know our clients would love. We're like, let's write an offer because we don't want to miss out. And if we wait, we might end up competing, and then it's just random. So there's that statement. Now it's clear the clients here don't really like the home. And this is a frustrating part that I've also experienced, where they didn't like this home from the beginning. So you can see the woman there, she mentioned she doesn't like the floors. That can be changed. She doesn't like the stove. That's a really easy change. And she doesn't like the neighborhood. Why are you there? This is a really frustrating thing that happens to me. Now, clearly, there was something else wrong about the home, or she just wasn't comfortable with her agent, because why would you go to a home where you already know you don't like the area, and you've already seen the photos and you don't like it? So clearly she's just not comfortable revealing her true feelings about the home, and so she's just gonna kind of nitpick some stuff and hope that that gets her out of a true confrontation about what's wrong with the home. And that's fine, you don't have to like the home, but this is, again, we need you to be honest with us because we're trying to help you. And when we get there and you start nitpicking stuff that you had already seen and said, let's go see that home, we get there and then you say, oh, I hate this, and I hate the neighborhood. You picked the home and you saw the photos. I mean, we're here because you thought you might love this home. There's clearly more going on here, and you just got to open up to us.
We have a big event coming up this afternoon.
Oh, for what?
We have a big party.
There is always a party, huh?
No, we should have a drink. Let's get him one drink. We might celebrate soon. Look, this house is literally my priority.
Okay.
Of course, as a first-time home buyer, I really want to make sure that I cover, all my concerns.
So, like, what? Like, back to your concern. Like, what do you?
Well, just the right price, the right location, the right agency. This is the first house I'm going to buy. It's a big decision.
Okay, so we're back to this, for lack of a better word, sketchy buyer. He claims he's a first-time home buyer. That's fine. I love working with first-time home buyers. It's one of my specialties. But this guy he's not really invested in house hunting. And it's pretty clear. Now, he brings up something strange here. He first asks her to have a drink. And look, if we're gonna be writing up an offer, we need to have our wits about us. We can't be kind of buzzed and making sure that we've got everything documented properly. If we miss something, it could just lead to a complete mess of a situation where lawyers will need to be involved, and it's not good for anybody. So that's number one. We need to be ready. Number two is he says he needs to make sure all of his concerns are met. But what concerns? I mean, this agent, she seems on top of her game. She's been basically providing him endless information, anything he asks for, and he's just not into the house or even into looking at other houses. He just wants to invite her out to drinks, for lunch, for dinner, to parties. So I don't know what's going on here, but this is not how you do real estate. I don't care if it's high-end real estate. This is just not proper.
And we're gonna just a bottle of nice dry white. We already ate, so we're ordering dessert.
That is Ziloli's.
All right, so it just sort of wraps up with like an end of the day party at a nice restaurant with the entire brokerage. And yeah, we do this sometimes, but there's not really anything to dissect there in terms of real estate that's of any value to you. So there you have it. Season 1, Episode 1 of Selling Sunset in the books. So in terms of real estate accuracy or just real estate in general, it's on the low end. I've seen a lot of real estate shows in my day, and this one just kind of focuses a little bit too much on the inter-brokerage relationships between all these women. So it's kind of hard. There's only a handful of little tidbits sprinkled throughout that I can actually, latch onto and talk about. But the stuff that they did show, it does feel like they're doing actual real estate deals in those moments. Like that's how it sounds and that's what it looks like. Now I will say that one aspect of the show that it gets right that I think is often overlooked in other shows is the inter-brokerage competition. Just because we're all in the same brokerage, we are technically all on the same quote-unquote team, we still are our own business people. We are still running our own business, and the brokerage just facilitates the transactions and the deals. And so there is a little bit of that brokerage competition within the brokerage, as well as competition with outside brokerages. So I think that gets this show gets to the heart of that extremely well, maybe too much actually, because as much as you are in competition, you also do want to stay friendly, especially to people in your own brokerage, because those are the people you see all the time, and if you do end up working with them, you want it to go smoothly. You don't want it to be butting heads the entire time. So I think that this show can be entertaining for a lot of people, from people really into real estate TV shows, as well as just sort of almost a soap opera-esque style of drama between all the characters. I don't think I'm going to review every episode. I initially set out that maybe I would, but the show just doesn't have enough real estate for me to really sink my teeth into. But if there's any particular episodes that you know about that I should take a look at, please let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to do a different show, definitely leave that down in the comments. I'm always excited to take a look at new real estate shows. Please just subscribe and follow the channel. I'm gonna be doing a lot more stuff that is actually real world real estate in the Niagara region, as well as Ontario at large. And so I hope to see you guys all there. Stay tuned.